Good morning. MB Patil sir will not be engaging the class. I will be engaging his class. Okay, because we had a meeting today morning, so my class did not happen, and that is the reason MB Patil sir will not be engaging this class. I will be engaging tax management class.
Good morning, sir. So yesterday's problem, sir, in the question you have given that employer contribution as 3,30,000, but in the answer you have wrote it has payment of PF employer.
Some disturbance, Rohin. Your voice is cracking.
So yesterday's problem, sir.
PF.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, Provident Fund problem.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
That
what is it?
in the question it is employers. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sir, in the question it is employers contribution 3,30,000.
Okay.
But in the answer you have given has employees contribution as 3,30,000, sir. So while calculating the deduction under 80C, it's becoming confusing, sir.
I'll just clarify. I did not get the book. I'll just clarify. Just a minute. Okay, just give me some time. I'll clarify in some.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
I've not got the book, so just give me some time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Right? Okay,
Thank
today
you,
what we
sir.
are going to discuss is we are going to discuss something about perquisites. I mean, frankly speaking, now income from salary theory is all completed, no doubt as far as theory is concerned, because I've taken allowances. I have considered almost all the allowances that are there. I have considered, profit in lieu of salary, and I have considered basic salary. All parts have been considered. Now, this is just the PDF that I already shared with you. Okay, under various schemes, how do you calculate your, what do you mean by salary is all been mentioned here. Okay, so it is just a continuation of the same thing, and these are the problems. Now, I have not taken specifically, I have not discussed perquisites theory, because understanding perquisites theory without problems becomes difficult. Okay, that is the reason while I'm discussing perquisites, I will be discussing perquisites along with the problems itself. Clear? Because otherwise I have to just keep on explaining all the perquisites one after another, and then you will not have a link as to from where did this particular value come into picture. So that is the reason I will discuss theory along with the problems with the theory itself. That will be more better. Okay. One more thing, uh, in the coming days, probably tomorrow, I will do an experiment in the sense, we are trying to change a setup in the camera in such a way, that the camera will focus on what I write. Okay, so I'll keep one more camera, and I'll be writing on the sheet of paper, I'll be solving problems. Okay, and accordingly you will be able to get those particular solution for that particular problem. Is that clear, or do you want the problem to be solved in Excel or in this PPT format itself? How do you want it?
Pa- paper, sir.
Paper is much better, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, fine. So we'll do that. I'll just require some more setup to be done, because we have to fix one more camera here. We have only one camera. I need one more camera because one has to focus on me and one has to focus on the writing that I'm going to do. Okay, let us see what happens. Anyways, fine. In today's class, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just discuss a couple of things as far as perquisites are concerned. Can anyone tell me what do you mean by the word perquisites? What do you mean by the word perquisites?
Sir, benefits given by company to employee.
Benefits given by company to the employee. Okay. In that
So
case, don't you think that it is a form of an income for the employee?
yes, sir.
Yes,
So
sir.
Gautami says that it's an extra
Yes.
benefit. Agreed. But my question is, we are more concerned about the income that he is going to generate. Say, for example, I'm just giving a very simple example. Uh, if you have come across people who work in State Bank of India, okay, people who work in State Bank of India, every month, every month, they get a petrol allowance of 20 liters of petrol. They get money worth 20 liters of petrol. Are you able to understand? Say in other words, uh, petrol is somewhere around 83 rupees, so 20 liters comes to somewhere around 1700 rupees per month is what they get in cash, every employee of State Bank of India, just because the company is giving it. Now in other words, just imagine, if I am an employee of State Bank of India and if I receive 20 liters of petrol allowance per month, okay, don't you think that I'm saving this 16 or 1700 rupees of petrol money? Do you agree with me that no, I have to anyway spend for petrol, okay, to come from my home to office and office to home, so I anyway have to spend money on petrol. But on the other hand, instead of me saving, spending money from my own pocket, if the company gives me petrol, don't you think that whatever amount that the company is giving me, I am saving that amount on petrol? Do you agree with this?
Yes, sir.
Suppose State Bank of India gives me 1500
Yes,
rupees or
sir.
say 2000 rupees as monthly allowance for petrol. Okay. And I am not spending 2000 rupees from my pocket, but the company is paying me. In other words, do you agree with me that I'm this 20,000 rupees that I'm saving? Don't you think it is going to act as an income for me?
Yes, sir.
So in that case, the income tax says whenever any employee receives any benefit, okay, in terms of cash or in terms of kind, in such cases, whatever is the prescribed limit, if money is paid more than that prescribed limit, that amount is going to be taxable. That is what the law of perquisites say. Clear? Now what can be perquisites? Perquisites can be anything which is beyond the scope of employment. Like for example, giving a rent, a semi furnished house to live for an employee, or giving a car to the employee to drive from his office to home and home to office, or for that matter giving a gardener, giving a housemaid, giving a sweeper, giving a driver, okay, distribution of newspaper on daily basis. All these are nothing but extra benefits that the employer is giving to his employee. If the employer has had not given all these things, the employee would have naturally paid for all these expenses from his own pocket. In other words, because the company is paying for the employee, this particular employee is saving on that particular money. And because he is saving on that money, it is acting as an income for that particular employee, and that is the reason it has to be taxed. That is the whole logic of how do we come to the taxation of perquisites. Am I clear on the concept of perquisites? Has are there any doubts as far as perquisites are concerned?
No, sir.
Right. Now let us see in this particular problem. We'll try to solve this particular problem. Let us try to understand, okay, what are allowances and what are perquisites in the given problem. Okay, just I'm keeping the problem in front of you. I just want some of you to tell me what is a perquisite in this and what is a allowance in this. Okay. Come to the first part. There is Mr. Balaji, employed as a production manager in Beta Limited. Just understand the word Beta Limited, which means it is not a government organization, it's a private organization. Clear? He has furnished the following information. Okay, this is the basic salary that he has. Is this an allowance? Is this basic salary? Is this profit in lieu of salary, or is it perquisite? What is it? What is basic salary? Is it an allowance? Is it profit in lieu of salary? Is it a perquisite?
So it's nothing. So it's just
It's
basic
nothing.
salary.
It is nothing. It is the word
So
here
it's the
itself.
salary of that person.
It is the word here itself is very clear. It's basic salary. Okay, so it is neither a perquisite, it is not an allowance, it is not profit on salary, it comes under the basic pay. Okay, so this part one is nothing but basic pay. Fine. Come to the second part. What is it? Is it an allowance? Is it profit in lieu of salary? Is it an perquisite? What is it?
So it's an allowance.
It's an
No.
allowance. Definitely, it's an allowance which is clearly given to us.
Yes, sir.
Third one. What is the third one?
Allowance, sir.
Is it an allowance? Does bonus come under allowance?
It's a profit.
No, sir. It comes under extra benefits.
Extra
Profit
benefit?
is-
Does it come under extra benefit? No, it comes under the head profit.
Profit in lieu, sir.
It comes under the head profit in lieu of salary. So apart from salary, what else extra you are giving, which is neither an allowance, which is nor a perquisite? That is profit in lieu of salary. So bonus comes under profit in lieu of salary. Next, employer's contribution to recognized provident fund. What is it? It's an allowance, right? It's a retirement benefit. It's an allowance. Next, professional tax. Professional tax, what is it? See, tax is supposed to be paid by the employee.
It is allowance.
But here, instead of the employee paying the tax is paid on behalf of the employee, is paid by the employer. Is it a perquisite or is it a allowance?
So it's a tax benefit
It's a
given by employer.
it's a benefit.
So it is a tax benefit which is deducted.
Agreed, but who is paying it?
Hello?
Who is paying it? Just imagine all of you. 3,000 is to be paid. Let us suppose I am that particular employee. 3,000 is supposed to be paid by me, right? But how much am I paying? I am just paying 1,000. And the remaining 2,000, who is paying it? My employer is paying it. So don't you think this extra 2,000 rupees, okay, which my employer is paying, don't you think I should have ideally paid for it? Ideally, I should have paid for it. I'm not paying it, which means I'm saving this 2,000 rupees, which means this is an income of 2,000 rupees, which means it's a perquisite. Are you able to get my logic here?
Yes, sir.
Are you able to understand?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, next. Facility of a laptop or computer was provided to Balaji for both office and personal use.
Perquisite.
Yes, it's a perquisite. Next, last one.
Perquisite, sir. Perquisite.
Perquisite.
Mogda car.
Perquisite.
The car is owned by the employer. The car is been given to
Per-
the employee. Okay, at whatever cost has been given. Okay, just look at this particular part.
Perquisite.
Just look at this part. Repairs and running expenses of rupees 45,000. Okay, is been covered by the employer. I can't move this. Just a minute. Right, the cost of running this particular car is completely owned by the employer. So in other words, this employee is saving on 45,000 rupees, right? If the employee is saving on 45,000 rupees, naturally it is an income for 45,000 rupees to the employee, which means it has to be taxed. So whenever problems come on salaries, first classify the problem as to what is an allowance, what is perquisite, what is profit in lieu of salary, and then accordingly we can solve it. So I'll just go ahead with this particular problem. Okay, I'm arriving at the solution. Anyway, this PDF file is there with you. If you have access to it, please open it out so that you will not have any problems in understanding what I'm trying to tell you. Of course, there is one more leave travel allowances, leave travel concession is also there. Okay, anyways, we'll come to the problem and then we'll see what is it. Do you have this access to this particular PDF file? Do you have access to it?
Yes, sir. We can open it in mobile.
Okay, if you can open it, well and good. If not, you can just have a look at it. I'm taking whatever is the basic salary. Okay, basic salary is already mentioned here. I'm just scrolling through it because I have to constantly keep on referring to this. Okay, so it is clearly told to me up to 31st October. Okay, when will my year start? My year will start in April. So from April, May, June, July, August, September, October. Right, so 7 months I am receiving 50,000 rupees per month as salary, which I have to consider here. So 50,000 rupees into 7 plus 60,000 rupees into 5. My total salary is going to be 6,50,000 rupees. Getting it? Next, we come to the DA part of it. Okay, we come to DA. DA, they have clearly told to us 40% of 6,50,000, so which comes to 2,60,000. Next, bonus. Okay, now bonus we are receiving 50,000 rupees, but they have given something else with bonus. Okay, they say 1 month salary paid in October 2018 on basic salary plus dearness allowance applicable for that month. What is dearness allowance applicable for that month? It is 40% of basic. Okay, so that is what I'm considering here. So that comes to around 70,000 rupees. Next, I have employer's contribution. Now, employer has contributed 6,50,000 as contribution towards provident fund. You can just come to know from this particular value. Okay, employer's contribution is 60% of basic. Now, how did I calculate this? How did I get this 26 lakhs or 26,000 rupees? Okay, there is a note here. Okay, which says only 12% of the salary is taxable for the purpose. Okay, the remaining is not considered. So whatever money, whatever amount I get, 6,50,000 into 12% is what I'm going to consider here. Are you able to get my logic here? Or are you finding it difficult?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Can you repeat?
Swapnil, this is employer's contribution
Okay.
under recognized provident fund. The employer is paying at 16%. Okay, whereas the government has prescribed a limit of only 12%. So how much extra is he receiving? He is receiving 4%,
Oh, okay, sir. Okay, okay, okay.
right? So the extra 4%
Yes,
is
sir.
going to be taxable.
Yes, I got it.
Okay, next, I told you professional tax paid by the employer. Ideally, professional tax has to be paid by the employee. Okay, but here on your behalf, 2000 rupees is paid by the employer. So which means this 2000 rupees is a saving for you, which also means this 2000 rupees is an income for you. And as a result, it has to be added to the income column. Any doubts here?
No, sir.
Okay.
No, sir.
Next, you might be amazed to see that why this value is nil. Free use of laptop, not a taxable perquisite, they have mentioned, and it is amount is written as nil. Okay. Yeah, Rohin, can you just tell me something about this? Say, I'm asking you this question
Yes,
because
sir.
you know this.
Yeah, yes, sir. Sir, the laptop is given for the employee by the employer for the office use, sir.
Okay.
So the office use has been, it is not taxable, sir.
Okay. See, it is very clearly told it is for official and personal use. If it was only personal use, what would happen, Rohin?
Sir, we have to consider it, sir.
Sorry, you're not audible.
Sir, we have to consider it.
Yes, if it was only personal use, you have to consider this value 45,000 and 35,000. You have to consider this. Okay, but since it is for both official and personal, that is the reason it need not be considered. That is the meaning of it. Anyone has any doubts? Any doubts in understanding this? I'll repeat once again.
No, sir.
Okay, Murali, if it was only personal use, Murali, what value would you consider?
So,
What value would you
so
have
I'm
considered?
not.
Not able to get it?
No, sir.
Okay, see, do you agree with me that laptop and computer is a perquisite, an extra benefit that is given?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, since it is an extra benefit given, it has, ideally these charges are paid by the employer.
Yes, sir.
Imagine, Murali, if you are the employee and if you went to purchase a laptop and if you want to purchase a computer, ideally would have spent 45,000 plus 35,000 rupees. Did
Yes,
you
sir.
spend it?
Yes, sir.
Did you spend it?
So in this case, no, sir.
You did not save, you did not spend it,
Spend the
which
money. Yes,
means
sir.
you saved on that particular money, right?
Yes, sir.
If you have saved that money, don't you think it's an income for you?
Yes, sir.
If that is an income, naturally it has to be taxed,
Yes, sir.
correct? But in this particular case, it is correct that the laptop and computer was provided by your company to you, but it was not for your personal use, it was for your both official use and personal use. Had it been
Yes, sir.
only for personal use,
No, sir.
45,000 plus
So for both.
35,000 would have ideally been considered in the problem. But since it is for official and personal, you need not consider it. That is the explanation for this.
Okay.
Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we'll come to we are done with laptop and computer. Next we have motor car. Do you agree that motor car is a perquisite? It is definitely a
Perquisite.
perquisite.
Yes, sir.
Right, now we'll just see what are the details of this car. Okay, so motor car is owned by the employer, fine. Engine cc exceeds 1.6 liters. Okay, now there's something called as cc. I hope all of you know, especially the boys would have known what do you mean by engine cc. What is cc, by the way? anyone from science background who has done BSc or PUC2 science, what do you mean by the word CC? Or even if you have done commerce also, ideally you should know what is CC. We have 100cc bikes. Hero Honda is a 100cc. Honda Unicorn is a 150cc.
Cylinder capacity, sir.
Bullet is 350cc.
Like cubic centimeter.
Yes, cubic centimeter means what? It talks about the engine capacity. Cubic centimeter is nothing but it talks about the engine capacity of that particular vehicle. So if you have a higher engine capacity, which means there is a high cost of running. If the engine capacity is lesser, there is lesser cost of running. Okay, so here it is clearly given to you that engine cc of the car is more than 1.6 liters. So naturally we have to consider some value. Now for your simplicity sake, I'm just telling you something, that if your car is less than 1.6 liters, there is a different rate that is applicable. Can you tell me, can Rohin or Gautami please tell me what could be the rate?
Yes, sir. So if CC is less than 1.6 liter, then 1,800 per month, sir.
Correct.
Taxable perks.
Yes. And
Yes,
if it is
sir.
more than 1.6,
Sir, 2,400 per month.
2,400.
it is 2,400. So these are the two levels. If your engine cc is less than 1.6 liters, okay, whether it is petrol or diesel, if the engine cc is less than 1.6 liters, then you are eligible for a perquisite benefit of 1,800 rupees. And if it is more than 1.6 liter, then you are eligible for a benefit of 2,400 rupees. Okay. Suppose.
Yes, sir. If driver is provided, then we have to add 900 per month.
Yes. If driver is provided, then 900. Somebody is raising some question. Just give me a minute. Yeah, Gautami says driver is 900. Correct. Is there a driver provided? So there is no driver which has been provided.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
No,
Sir,
sir.
till what time is this class?
Jasmina, before I started the class, I had told you that I'll be engaging MB Patil sir.
Sir?
I will be
Sir, till
engaging.
what time is the class?
Ideally, what is MB Patil sir's class? From what time to what time?
11:30.
To
Compensation and this.
11:30 to
Sir, 1 second.
12:40, 12:10, right?
Yes, sir.
So after 12:10, I'll complete my class by 12:10.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
I lost my rhythm. Okay. Anyways, right. So we are talking about the motor car facility. Now here it is clearly given to us. It is 2,400 rupees per month. Why 5 months? Can anyone tell me why? Why not 12 months? Why only 5 months? The answer is again.
Sir,
Can you
in the question they have clearly given it's from November to March, like 1/11/2018 to 31st.
Yes. So if you count from
2019.
entire November, December, Jan, Feb, March, so you have only 5 months. Okay, that is the reason here the amount that is mentioned is 2,400 per month into 5 months, which will come to 1,200 rupees. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
How much did you receive, by the way? Now just imagine, I'm just giving example. Some of you might have not understood what exactly I'm doing. Just imagine, suppose, okay, Murali, just imagine that you had this car and you
Yes,
use
sir.
this car on daily basis to your office and home. It was your own car. You took it from your office and home and back. Okay. Since you are owning
Yes,
the
sir.
car, you have to take care of the running expenses. You have to take care of the insurance. You have to take care of the repairs. You have to take care of the petrol expenses, whatever. But here,
Yes, sir.
everything is taken care by the company. Just imagine,
Yes, sir.
you had this car, you would have incurred certain expenses. Let us say you would have incurred 45,000 rupees as expense per year towards this particular car.
Yes, sir.
But are you incurring now?
No, sir.
Who is incurring? The employer is incurring. Which means, Murali, don't you agree that you are saving on this 45,000 rupees?
Yes, sir.
If you are saving it, it is as good as you are earning it. And if you are earning it, it has to be taxable.
Yes, sir.
Entire amount will not be taxable. Only a part of it will be taxable, and that taxable amount is going to be 12,000 rupees. If you ask me how did I arrive at this particular value, what you need to do is first check the engine cc. If the answer is
Yes,
more
sir.
than 1.6 liters, straight away take the value as 2400 rupees, okay, into the number of months that the car is
Number
used,
of months.
that is 5 months.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now if nobody answers, just let Mrunali answer. Okay, I have
Yes, sir.
Maruti Alto. Okay, I am not specifying the model. I have Maruti
Okay.
Alto. Okay, and
Yes, sir.
it is given to me by the employer. Apart from that, a driver is also given to me, right? And I'm
Yes,
using
sir.
this car for 5 months. How much will be the income for me?
So if the CC is not given, we should consider it as less than like 1.6 CC.
Okay, see, for that you need to know the basic car CCs also. Generally, all Maruti cars come below, except Maruti Brezza. All cars are below 1600 cc. That is 1.6 liters.
Okay, sir.
So Maruti
So
Alto
no,
is
if it
below.
was another car also, if they are not mentioned, we should consider it less than 1.6.
Ideally, you should consider less than 1.6, but you should know some general knowledge also. That is the reason
Okay,
sometimes
sir.
in, if I'm not wrong, in 2018 paper, they had asked a question.
Yes, sir.
They had asked this question that, the model of the car was given, but the CC was not given. So some took
Okay.
1.6, some took more than 1.6. So that confusion happens. Okay, anyways,
Yes, sir.
now tell me.
So the value will be like 1,800 because it's less than
Correct?
1.6 cc,
Correct.
and plus the driver charge of 900 per month.
Okay, for how many months?
So for 5 months.
What would be the value?
So by considering 45, so what
1800
is the
plus
amount?
900, that comes to 2700
Yes, sir.
into 5 months.
So 13,500.
Correct. That would be the income for me or for you for that matter. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, anyways.
Yes, sir.
Now let us come to the last part, leave travel concession. Okay, uh, I'll come to leave travel concession. Just make a note of this. This is the explanation for leave travel concession. Okay, short form for leave travel concession is LTC. Okay, just read through this, then I'll explain to you what is it. Now just look at this. Leave travel concession given to the employee, his wife and 3 children. Okay, just look at this. This is a confusing problem. Leave travel allowance given to an employee, his wife and 3 children. Normally, okay, I'm saying normally, the LTC is allowed only for 2 children, but
For two children.
here we have 3 children. Okay, but there is one word here which creates confusion. Okay, and the word is twin.
Twin.
Okay, now this is the explanation for this. If there are 2 children, okay, and one of the 2 children, one of them is a twin. Okay, so even if they are twins, they'll be considered as only one, and the second child will be considered as a second child itself. But the only condition is they should have been born after 1998. If they are born before 1998, they will be considered as 3 children. But if they are born after 1st October 1998, then even if they are 3 and one of them is twins, they'll be still considered as 2 children. Okay, of course, this type of complicated problems won't come, but still I'm giving an explanation. The more complicated problem you solve in the theory classes or in the practice session, it's much better. Okay, anyways, so here what we have to consider is cost of the ticket. Okay, reimbursed by the employer 30,000 of adults and 45,000 for 3 children. Okay, so here companies do permit employees to take a break and go out with their family. So in this particular case, whatever amount that was paid to the company, entire amount gets taxable. Okay, Imagine he is traveling in a low cost ticket. He is traveling in an economy class. But instead of traveling in an economy class, if he travels by a first class or a business class ticket, then he should have ideally paid the difference. Company will pay only for your economy class. If you want to travel business class, okay, you can travel business class, but you will get benefit of only economy class. Clear? So in this particular case, I'm just twisting the problem. Instead of cost of air tickets, instead of business class, economy class, I will make this as business class. I'll make this as just business class for understanding purpose. And the ticket, normal economic class ticket is 30,000, but business class ticket is 55,000 rupees. Can somebody tell me what would be the extra income that I have to be charged here? What could be the extra income that has to be charged here?
So 25,000.
Yes, 25,000 rupees. Why? Because company has permitted you
The
to travel
difference.
only through economy class, and you have traveled by a business class. So the difference amount is what you have to pay for it. Yeah. So we'll come to those types of problems also at a later stage. But this was a very simple problem that I had to just give you, and this is what I had to just explain to you. Clear?
Sir,
Yes.
sir, in LTC, we have exemption is available for 2 journeys in the block of 4 years.
Yes. Yes.
We have, yeah,
But there is a limit
yeah,
to it.
yes, sir.
It depending on your status in the company.
Yes, sir,
If you are
yes, sir.
top executive, then you are permitted for
Status,
various,
yes, sir.
okay, various things. So that I'll come to it in the next problem, because next problem is completely on
Yes,
that.
sir, yes, sir.
Okay. So when we take all things into consideration, we get in gross salary as 10 lakh 20,000 rupees. There's a standard deduction available of 40,000 rupees. Okay. So your income under the head salaries will fall to only 9 lakh 80,000 rupees. Out of this, there is one more deduction that you have to do, that is professional tax. Okay. Even if the tax is paid by the employer, you have to consider total tax. Okay. The tax applicable to you was 3,000 rupees, out of which 2,000 is paid by the employer. Fair enough, that we have taken into consideration. But while deducting, you have to take 3,000 rupees. This is going to be this is your income from salaries. On this amount, you are supposed to pay the tax. Clear? Now they have not asked us to calculate the tax. They have just asked us to calculate taxable income. So your taxable income is 9,77,000. Is it clear? On similar basis, we have other problems also. The one that I have already given to you, but there are a couple of problems that I'll be solving, and I'll be solving it. I'll be not explaining you, I'll be solving it. Okay, so that things are clear for you to understand. Okay, one important announcement is in the next week, or probably in the next week, you have your first IA test. It will be an objective multiple choice paper. Okay, the way you had given it for your first semester. On similar basis, an exam would be conducted online. First IA test would be conducted. It will be an objective type of paper. As far as tax is concerned, okay, there will be objective type, but you'll have to do some calculations. So do the rough calculations on a piece of paper. You have 4 options available. You have to click the right answer there. So this is how we are going to conduct the first IA test. The official notification of the first IA test will be floated by Prayag sir in due course of time. But somewhere in the next week, or the next to next week, you will have your first IA test. So be ready with your syllabus. As far as subject portion is concerned, okay, for the portion for the first IA test for tax is the first module, that is basics of taxation and income from salaries. That will be your syllabus. Okay. For investment, you have the first 2 modules, and let us see if I am able to complete the first part of the third module. So if I'm able to do that, that will be there for your IA test. Is this clear? IA test will consist of 30 questions, out of which you have to answer any 25. Okay. Each question would be valued at 2 marks. So total paper would be around 50 marks. Any doubts in this?
No, sir.
No, sir.
I repeat, there will be 50 marks paper. You will be given 30 questions. Out of those 30 questions, you have to answer any 25 questions. Okay, if it is theory paper, 4 options will be given to you. If it's a practical paper, like something to do with the calculation part, 4 options will be given along with answers. You have to tick the right answer. So for that, you have to do your calculations on your own.